So if you could get your ball and your rubber band, don't know, I look up the clock, it's in my hand. So we're going to use this a little bit today, but first we'll do neck exercise. So lying down, if you want to just grab your ball, or if you fancy using your cushion, just use the cushion instead. And we're going to lie back and mostly relax those arms, and we're going to turn the head side to side. And do 2 more each way. Last one each way. And then into the middle and tuck your chin. So tuck that chin to the chest, back of the neck, lengthen it out and then look up. Tuck the chin and then lengthen out. And just repeat. Feel that stretch. And 2 more. And then circles. So nice small ones first. Once you've done 5 that way, let's go back and do 5 the other way, keeping them small. Once you've done the 5 this way, back the other way, this time big, so as open as you'd like to go, and really open up. Use all of the ball to move that head and neck around. Once you've done 5 this way, go back and go the other way. And then taking that board out, you're going to pop your cushion under your head instead. And you're going to pop your band over your knees. So you can come and sit up if you want to do that part. So just both feet in. And then over the top of the knees. And then making sure that it's not on the knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the ball underneath the feet. And we're going to do some knee openings. And we're going to use this band to resist against. So making sure that your tail is nice and heavy. You've got your hips nice and square at the top. And then the arms are just going to relax by your side. So feet together and knees together for this one. And you're going to open out your right leg to one side, but only so far that you can keep the hips very still. You should find that you're using the muscles down the sides of your legs to open up the band. And then you bring it back. You do the same other side, you let the other leg open. Don't twist your lower back, don't twist your hips. And then bring it back. So just using the leg muscles as you open out. Bring it back. Make sure your knees connect every single time. It's also a good way of making sure that the other leg stays still because it's stuck in the band. So just have a quick peek if it is going off in a different direction. We'll go 2 more on each leg. Last one on each leg. And then finally last one. And then we can leave the band there because we are going to use it again, but we're going to pop the ball underneath the bottom to start. Pop it in between the back and the lower bum, the lower back and the bum, I should say. You can hold onto the ball or you can just relax the arms. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some pelvic compass. So feet are going to go hip distance apart, and you're going to focus on the hips moving, not the ribs, not the chest. They're going to stay still. So I'm going to put my hands across the ribs so I don't cheat. So you're going to start by the easy bit first. So tipping forwards and backwards. So you're going to tip your hips towards your tummy button, and then you're going to tip your hips in the opposite direction. So with the band, you might feel a little resistance of your knees. So if you can, your knees are starting to sneak out as you do this. So your legs should be also very still, like the chest and like the ribs. So just going backs and forwards. Just warm up these lower back muscles that can be very, very stiff first thing. And again, let's go once more each way because we're going to change the direction. And we're going to go side to side this time. So really don't move the legs this time. So you're going to let one hip drop towards the mat and the other hip's going to get slightly higher. Keep your legs still. Come back into the middle. So making a dent on the ball. So squashing one side of the ball as the other hip gets a bit higher. Back into the middle. So if you think of a marble in the center of your hips, you're going to let the marble roll down and fall off the side of your hip. The other hip's nice and high, and then you're going to bring them to their centered again, and we'll do the same on the side. So let the other hip go down and then bring it back. So just gently going between these two, avoiding any cheating. You're not moving your ribs up here to move your hips down below. So they will try. So really fix your hands on these ribs, get some feedback to see if anything's going on underneath those fingers. One more each way. Fix those toes on the floor as well so they're not lifting up. And then we're going to do some circles. So those 4 points forwards and backwards, side to side, connect them all together with a nice circle all the way. So we're going to start with the tipping hips to your tummy. Slowly around to the right. Carry on the circle as you tip away. Around, all the way to the other side. And then back towards the tummy again. And we're going to go 2 more times around and down. The other side and back. One more this way, and then we'll reverse it. And then reverse, go back the other way. See if there's a little bit more movement in this direction. No cheating, no arching those backs, especially the upper back. And then come back into the middle. So keeping the legs on the floor just for a moment, what we're going to do is some toe taps. So we've got the band still around the knees, so it's going to be a little bit of a leg workout as well as the tummy workout. So arms by your side. We're going to bring one leg up and then the second leg up. So tummies are working nice and hard. You stay still on your ball the whole way through. So we're going to take one leg away. Don't need to touch the floor. And then back. Other side, open, out and down, don't touch the floor. And back. So with that resistance band, it's a little bit trickier. And back, keep still, your chest isn't moving. Neither is your bottom on the ball. And we're going to go for 2 more on each side. So keep it slow, don't rush. And back. And away. And 1 more each side. Getting trickier. Last one. And then rest the knees. So with that one, what I want you to think of is, because the band is there, you had to use your thigh to take the leg away. I usually see a lot of this, and the knee just bends. So that's why it should have been harder, because you should have been using this thigh muscle to pull away as your leg was going down. So what we're going to do is the same sort of thing, because we're going to do it with double the legs now. So you're obviously not pulling against the band, but hopefully you kind of understand where you should be moving from with your legs. So bringing up the legs again, and then you're going to super glue them together. So if you think about the thigh moving, it's exactly the same place. You're moving from here. So your knees just stay bent, and you take both your legs out this time. And then you come back again. You don't need to touch the floor. You go out with both the legs. Don't move on your ball. And then come back in again. Let's go 3. And 2. Move from your thighs. Last one. And rest, and just let your legs just drop in front of you. Just let them cool out. And then from here, we are going to just have a look at my book. Thought as much. So we're going to do straight legs. So still with that resistance band. I think we did this last week, or maybe the week before. So the back of the legs are going to get the benefit of this one. So you're going to let one leg gently go towards the floor. It's not going to touch the floor because you've got the resistance band. And then back up. Other side, let the other leg go away. And back. And open. Come back. All in the tummy. And moving from the thigh, keeping the legs really straight if you can. And again, let's do 2 more to each leg. Reach your legs long. And rest your legs back down. So taking the band off just momentarily. And we're going to bring the ball from, actually no, let's keep it underneath. So for this one, you can do it without the ball, but it depends on how straight your legs can get. If you're quite capable of bringing your legs up towards the ceiling, nice and straight, then you won't need the ball, but otherwise lifting your bottom off the floor is going to help get any tight hamstrings to straighten. So we're going to do windmill legs. So we're going to bring up the legs, and we're going to straighten both of them up again. So for this one, you're going to bring one leg closer to you and one leg closer to, well, mine's my cabinet over there. And what you're going to do is you're going to circle these legs out to the side. You're going to draw a circle with your big toes, and they're going to go all the way and switch positions, and then close, and then change. Open, open out to the sides, all the way around so they change positions, close like a pair of scissors, and again change. If you've got the ball, making sure that you're not wobbling as you let the legs go around, and close, and again open. All the way around, and back, and open. Open out. All the way around, close. 2 more. Open. Now open out to the sides, all the way around. and close, and last one, open. Now open all the way around, change positions, close, and then back. So nice feeling behind the legs, hopefully. Nice good stretch, and the hips should feel nice and mobile, hopefully, from those also. So from here, we're going to do some bridges, which is spine curls. So that's coming out instead in between the knees. So feet on the floor. Let's just practice a few just to warm up the back. So you're just going to flatten the lower back and lift your bottom off the floor, wheeling that spine up until the tips of the shoulder blades push your knees forward. Bottom is switched very much on, and then gently let's go down, nice and slow. And then again, let's lift up and push the knees forwards, lifting up, up, up. And then again, coming down gently as you do. And let's do 2 more, and then we'll add in some extra parts to the spine curl. Slowly rolling down. Let's go one more time. Up we go. And again, gently coming back down. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to come up and we're going to do tipping. So we're going to just stay up there, and we're just going to be like a scale. We're going to just be letting the scales tip one way and the scales then going to tip the other way. So lifting up, and you're going to hold the position. We're going to do 4 to each side. So if you want to, pop your hands on your hips so you can make sure that they are moving here and not up here around the ribcage area. So bottom stays engaged. You're going to let one side just rotate slightly, thinking of the scales dropping to one side slightly. Your bottom stays engaged. You're rotating using the bones in those hips and back. And back to the side. Rotate. To the other side. And then again to the other side. And the other side. Last one each side. Rotate. We did this just a second ago in pelvic compass with those side to side movements. And then roll down. Big muscles in the inside should have been working, and then the glutes the whole way through whilst you're doing it. We're going to do that 2 more times so you get the burn on that last one. So let's go again. So you lift up, keep your position, keep your hips high, hands go on the hips. So 4 to each side, so you're going to let one side go down, the it comes back up, the other side goes down. Lift it back up, but the bottom stays engaged. It's not, we do a slightly different exercise like this where we literally let go of the muscle. It's not that one. It's a little bit different. You're staying control the entire time with these. You're just rotating and moving the hips like you did in pelvic compass earlier. Last one each side. And then rolling back down. So big inside thigh muscles, and then the bottom again should be working. So once more, it's going to be tricky. It's the last one. We're getting fatigued bottom muscles. So again, lifting up, pushing knees forwards. Let's put those hands back again. So let's one side down, lift, other side down, lift, other side down. You don't know if you can see, but from here, when I move, where my hands are on my hip, and as I rotate, my hand slides into my, across the centre of my hips and then comes back. On the other side, as I move, my hands slide. Just because I'm moving my hips, my hands are just moving into this position. It's a good look. If you can see, then you're doing it right. And then rolling back down. And then take a stretch, because your legs probably feel very, 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 very tired. All that. Stretch arms above your head if you want to. And then you're going to change positions. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back with, I'm not going to use the band, but what we are going to do is bring our legs, we're going to go onto our side. So we're going to do some leg exercises. So I haven't done one of them for a while. So you're going to pop your cushion in between your arm and your head. So get yourself at the back of your mat. So your bottom's at the back of the mat. So then is your shoulders and your arm, and then your head is also on top. So you're in a nice straight line. So what we're going to do next is we're going to then just bring the legs towards the front corner of our mat, and the hands just in front here just to keep you steady, okay? So you should feel that you're kind of stable enough to then do some leg exercises. If you feel like you're on the back of your bottom, just lean forwards. So looking down, you should be able to see the tips of your toes and just a little bit the front of the knees. If you can see a lot of the legs, your legs are a bit too far forwards. So first one we're going to do is, what have I written down? Okay, super. So we're going to do open and close. So you can use the band if you'd like to. So we can do the band, you've got a bit of resistance. So if you want to go grab your band, pop it again around the top of the knees. And we're going to lift the leg up. Now you're only lifting your leg so high that you don't scrunch basically this half of you. So you want to keep it really, really still. And the leg is just going to go up and down. The hips are going to stay still. So it's not high at all. If you're going high, you're doing this basically, and my waist is just gone. It's disappeared. It's all in a big bunch of skin. So your skin, and think of all the creases in your t-shirt. They've got to stay lovely and straight. No scrunches up. So lifting up. You've got to stop yourself before you scrunch up the t-shirt or jumper that you're wearing. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then drop the leg. Just give the bottom a hit, let those muscles just chill out for a second. And then what we're going to do next is we're just going to bring the top leg just in front. If that's uncomfortable with your foot flat, just rest your leg on the floor. So rest your leg, or if you can, have a flat foot and the knee is bent up and over in front of the thigh. If you can't get in front of the thigh, you can leave it further down depending on your flexibility. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lift the underneath leg. So you're going to flex your foot and you're going to lift your leg up and down. Up. If you can, you're going to just let it hover. It's not going to go all the way to the floor. We're going to go for 10. So we've done 2 already. So let's go 8, 7, 6. Use your inside thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. That one's a tough one on the inside of your thigh. Right, so the next one. This time we're going to have that leg in front, but you're going to bring the leg, instead of in front, you're going to take it just behind your knee. And what you're going to do is you're going to try and keep this lifted. So your knee, if you can, keep it lifted up to the ceiling. It may get fatigued and end up down here, but if you can, keep it open towards the ceiling. So what we're going to do is keep the hand here for support. It's a bit like ballet, this one. We're going to step backwards and forwards over this front thigh. We're going to do 10 if we can, keeping this position with the knee facing up. So we're going to go 1, 2, step forward, step back, step forward, step back. I think it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then rest. I'm going to do that once more. So again, keep your knee facing towards the ceiling if you can. So it comes up and then you tip and open up the front of your inside thigh. So your inside thighs really open up towards the ceiling, towards the front, and your knee is pointing to the ceiling. Keep that opening if you can as you tap. We're going to do 10 again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let go. that's really tough on the leg. If you keep that knee open, you'll definitely feel that on the very top end of the bottom. Right, on the other side. So you can come up and we're going to roll over. So if you want to, you can grab your band if it's not already there and pop it across the top of the knees. So straighten yourself up, bottom at the back of the mat, and then the arm also goes up above, and then pop your head on the cushion in between your arm and your head. Lengthen both your legs to the front corner of your mat, and your hand is in the front to keep you steady. So we're going to lift the hand up, lift the leg up and down. So remember, if you want to have a good idea of if you are cheating, straighten out that top you've got on, get rid of all those crinkles, and make sure that this doesn't scrunch up, because if it does, you're cheating. So you're going to lift your top leg up. If you want to make it harder, put your hand on your hip. And you're going to lift your leg up. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest again if you need to. Just hit the top of the leg if it's feeling a bit sore. And then again, hand goes in front. This time we're going to bring that top leg, and then if you can bring it in front. If that's uncomfortable, remember, just rest it down. Otherwise, keep this leg and the foot planted on the floor. So we're going to do the underneath leg. So the inside thigh is going to work again. So try and do 10 if you can. We're going to lift that underneath leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then rest that leg down. Inside that thigh should definitely be feeling that one. Right, moving on to the slightly harder one. So your leg is still in front. This time the top leg is behind. So again, open up so you can see the inside of your thigh, and then obviously the hips should feel open. If you can keep them open, fantastic. If it does drop forwards, that's also fine. It's just a little bit of a fatigued leg going on. So we're going to step forwards and backwards over the front thigh, tapping forwards and back. And we're going to do it 2 times. So when we're ready, we're going to go for 10 again. So we're going to step forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. So a little bit sore-ish. Let's get the burn. Do it once more. So again, bring the knee and open the knee. We're going to go for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Good. That's very tricky on the hip. Ugh. And then come over onto your front, and then drop yourself into your stretch and let your hamstrings and your bottom just have a break for a moment. And then just come and sit for a moment, and then we're going to go on to our tummies. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do some waist twists. So sit nice and tall, and we're going to pop our hands on our head, relax the shoulders. Okay, keep the legs very still. We're going to twist going to your left first. Don't lean backwards, try and stay exactly the same position you were at the start. And back. Other side. Ribs, chest, head, and back. Don't move your legs though. Ribs, chest, head, back. You can't. And again, ribs, chest, head. and 2 more each way. Sit really tall, no leaning backwards if you can. Last one each way. And last one. And then bring the arms down. Right, we're going to go onto our tummies. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do dart, and then we're also going to do star as well. So dart, we've done before, it's, you basically look like a dart shape. So you're going to come onto your front. So your toes are going to come together and your heels are just going to flop out to the side. Your forehead's going to go on your cushions, and then your arms are going to go either side of your thighs. So your forehead's down. I'm just going to talk out to the side so you can hear what I'm talking about. So arms either side of the thighs, toes together, heels and heels just flopped out. So you're going to roll your nose forward first and look forwards. If you can, you're going to open your chest, round your shoulders behind you, touch your thighs and squeeze your heels together. And then relax all of the muscles back down. You should find that you feel all of those back muscles squeezing together and then releasing. So again, you're going to roll up, shoulders back, squeeze your thighs, touch your thighs, and release, roll everything back down. And again, lengthen the chest, open the neck and head, shoulders back, touch your thighs, squeeze your heels, and relax. Keep your feet on the floor. Let's go 3 more. Lift the head up, shoulders back, heels together, touch your thighs, and release. And again, let's go 2 more. Lift the head, neck, shoulders back, squeeze your thighs, touch your thighs, release. And last one, head and neck, chest, and squeeze the legs, touch the legs, and relax. Right, for star, you're going to take your legs out, turn your feet out, and then star, you have your arms above, so you look basically like a star. So you've got a V up above with your arms and a V below with your legs. So you can leave your forehead down. I think we'll leave the head down today. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the trunk of the body perfectly still. So you're going to try and lift your arms and your legs without having to lift your chest or without having to pick up your hip as you do it. So bottom and back muscles and shoulder muscles on the back of your shoulders are going to do this. So we're going to do opposite arm and leg. So head stays still, the trunk of the body stays still. You're going to squeeze your bottom, pop your leg up off the floor and lift that opposite arm up and then back down. So don't move your chest, don't move your hips, other arm. You're going to lift your head, lift your leg and your opposite arm and back. So depending on flexibility will depend on how high your leg goes. Same with shoulder. If you feel that you've got a bit of a hunch, it's going to feel very difficult lifting up your arm. So opposite arm and leg. Squeeze the bottom, lift that arm, put it down. Lift the arm, straight arm, straight arm, straight leg, straight leg. And let's alternate. Let's go. And 2 more on each side. Last one on each side. And then coming out, push yourself into your shell stretch. Open up the knees, feet together, and drop down. Reach the arms as far forwards as you can. And then then slowly, without having a head rush, come and stand. Perfect. And I'm just going to reach the arms, one arm forwards. I'm just going to reach it across, bring the other arm in front and just squeeze it front so that your shoulder gets a stretch. So I'll show you again. So right arm goes across the body and the left arm hooks under and pulls it across and stretches it. And then the other side, so left arm up, hook the right arm across and just keep pulling that shoulder across so you get a stretch. And then the other side, we're going to go back. We're going to put the right hand behind, touching the back of our shoulder. So touch the back if you can, and then grab the top of it and pull it behind your head. It may not go, that's fine. Big, big stretch where that bingo wing is. And then switch, so put the left hand behind the shoulder, pop it on top, and then pull it a little bit down, put the arm behind your head. And then release, and we're going to do a roll down. So let your feet come back to hip distance, soften up the knees, and let your head feel heavy. And so do the arms, coming down nice and slow. Section by section by section. And then just hold it there for a moment. And let's slowly up we come. Push your tail down first. Drive your hips forwards. Shoulders back. And we're done. I've got some good news. Sorry it's Saturday that I've done this, and my mum broke her ankle yesterday looking after my nephew, not Seb luckily. But hopefully Chelsea is still shut, but it is opening on the 1st September. I'm sending an email with all the information that I need from you guys, but the North Court Centre has opened and so has Drayton, so I'll be sending emails to everybody inviting them back, which is really exciting. I haven't heard anything from Blueberry, but potentially they are also opening in September. Yeah, have a fantastic week. Bye.